Guys, Rich here, Collector Car Gallery. We're taking a look at this 69 Camaro again. We're kind of on location at the owner of the car's home. We're not going to talk about the performance stuff. What we're going to do is just look at the cosmetic parts of the car, just so I don't get everybody sick here. I'll kind of try to help everybody keep their bearings. I'll point to anything I think that I see is nice or not nice or whatever. You have to excuse me. I kind of popped in unannounced and the car is just a little dusty and dirty. We got some bugs and stuff on it. But so first impression under the car. Looks like all of these components have been powder coated and are like new. Okay. So what we can see is frame's been powder coated and looks great. This was obviously a frame off type restoration, nut and bolt type. You can see everything's kind of, new and been completely disassembled. New bushings everywhere. I mean, new suspension components. Nothing. Everything you can tell has been recently done and is like new. Okay. Very nice. Very, very nice. Yep. So we're going to be on the driver's side here, kind of going towards the rear of the car, and then we'll turn around and come back the other way. Looking at just kind of the frame components of the car, on frame components of this, unibody car. Looks like the underside has been gravel guarded, or like a rhino line, but I don't see any obvious breaks in the body panels. Like it's not been it's not on there to hide anything. It's a very, very thin coat of it. You can see very, very popular amongst resto modders and stuff these days, because they're going to drive these cars. New fuel lines. I mean, everything top notch for sure. Yeah, again, I don't really see anything that is glaring as poor work. Okay, great looking exhaust. So I'm going to spin around right now. I'm still on the driver's side of the car, but I'm facing forward now, and we're going to look up in the lower quarters here. All this looks very nice, finished out very well. Everything looks new. Some people might not like this, but if a show finish on the underside of this car, every little piece of grit in the road is going to just tear that apart. So this is a performance driving car for sure. Okay, yeah, it looks like we got a Mosier rear end. I mean, this is, like I said, I'm not going to talk about the component part. I'm not going to talk a lot about the performance parts, but this thing is certainly deep in them. Okay, we're going to jump over to the passenger side here, and let me just look kind of at the lower valance here. Yeah, jump over the passenger side here, and again, we're just looking at the drops here. All looks very nice. Obviously, we had a very, very good donor car, or some new body stuff. So the suspension sagged right now, obviously. So don't worry about this clearance issue. Everything goes back into shape when the car is tucked back up in here. Okay. Looks like we're about ready for some meat on the tires. Also, are about ready for some meat on the rears. Yeah, so I'm going to walk up towards the front of the car again. And as you can see, I mean, we talk about barely driven. I mean, we still got tags on stuff. Performance parts all the way from, drive shaft performance, everything performance. What a great piece. All these braided lines. I mean, what a really solid car. Love it. Gorgeous, really gorgeous. all powder coated up in here, right? It's kind of, I love getting the kind of view of the car to see if I missed any blemishes or anything down this side of the car, down, you know, on where it turns down. I don't see anything on this side. Looks nice. It's like either a stain or we got kind of a thin spot here. Maybe a stain. Could get polished a little bit better too. Probably rubber. Actually, it's probably hot rubber that gets thrown up here. So this perspective of the car, everything looks great as well. Really nothing that's a surprise here. I honestly, I think the car needs a $1,000 detail, you know, and then this thing would just, man, like a new penny. It'd look great. So, all right, guys, that's the underside walk around of this 1969 Camaro. This is a resto mod type car, 4-wheel disc, performance parts everywhere, and looks like a very recent build as well. That's been used to have a little fun with, but certainly not abused for sure. So give us a call, collectorcargallery.com. Thanks a lot. Appreciate it.